Now on a special edition of KGW News, the ongoing search for answers 1 year after a Kelso woman's disappearance. We hear from her family.
All we know is that 2 went in and 1 came out.
Plus how shoppers in Vancouver are navigating Main Street for Small Business Saturday, despite some heavy construction.
Since 9:30 this morning, which is before my open hours, I've been busy.
And it's the kickoff weekend of several holiday events, including at Portland's famous outdoor sanctuary. We're going to start off tonight with weather. After seeing a very wet start to the holiday weekend, it was nice to see those sunny skies across our area today. Thanks so much for joining us on this special edition of KGW News. I'm John Adams. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri has more on what the last day of November is going to look like. Joe, hard to believe the last day of November already.
We're just a couple of days away to start December 1st. If you want to get really dig behind the science, it's going to be the first day of the meteorological winter. I just realized that. Yeah, December 1st. Well, as we look at downtown Portland right now, Pioneer Park building camera, temperatures are in the mid-40s. A lot of people enjoying the festivities of the holiday season right now. The Christmas tree was all lit up yesterday in downtown Portland. Now we're looking at some cold temperatures overnight. I'm still not convinced we're going to be seeing the coldest temperatures we've seen so far this fall, but a few locations it'll be pretty cold, pretty close. Areas of frost and fog too, but looking at next for tomorrow, lots of sunshine for Sunday. In fact, from beginning to end, we're going to be seeing pretty much clear skies. What's new for December is we're going to start things off, at least for the first couple of days, maybe the first 2 days of December, with dry conditions. I think our next chance of seeing rain will be arriving on Tuesday. Even with that system, John, it's going to be relatively light in terms of rainfall amounts. Tomorrow, we'll be seeing morning fog with areas of frost. Again, lots of blue skies. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s. And despite all that rain that we saw, earlier in the holiday weekend, we're going to be looking at a deficit for the month of November. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. This week marked 1 year since a Longview mother disappeared without a trace. Today, family members of Haley Athey organized a renewed search effort. The Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office tells us they've conducted multiple interviews and searches, but are still looking for answers. On this somber anniversary, loved ones are vowing to keep searching for her and hoping for some comfort in closure. Alma McCarty has their story.
It's been a nightmare.
That feeling for 365 days.
So just have answers would just give us some peace to feel like we can move on, we can move forward.
Something Nicole Brooks says she hasn't been able to do since her daughter Haley Athey went missing last Thanksgiving.
She was always a little bit of a wild child. She just had a spirit that couldn't be tamed. You know, if you talk to anyone who knew Haley, Haley was a loving, fun, fiercely loyal friend.
As a friend and a mother, it wasn't like her not to check in, despite her struggles with mental health and addiction.
Haley never would have walked away from her children.
Which is why, after weeks with no contact, her family and friends filed a missing persons report with the Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office. Her family tells us that Haley was last seen in the Rose Valley area, and this is the spot that folks will meet up on Saturday morning to then go out and look for her. From here, the search party will head up into the hills.
You know, we've been pleading so much for people to come forward because in this area, if you look, at the horizon, all you see are hills. And the area is so vast that there's just no way to pinpoint specific areas, and that's what's been so difficult.
Both Nicole and Haley's stepdad, Jim, say they fear she might not be alive, but they will not stop trying to find her.
We don't know that she's gone, but we don't know where she is, and that's why our motto has been to bring Haley home. Regardless of the circumstances, she has 3 beautiful daughters that deserve to have their mother home.
In Cowlitz County, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
A Beaverton community is rallying to support a longtime resident who was recently detained and deported to Mexico. We're told Paulino Martin is an undocumented father of 3 who's lived in Oregon for more than 30 years, working in construction as a licensed handyman. His family says last week ICE agents stopped and detained Martin. Within 3 days, he was moved from Tacoma to Arizona and then deported to Mexico.
I mean, this was my worst nightmare growing up. Like, I've known about this since I've been 5, 6 years old, and it happened to me now. And I can only imagine if it happened to me when I was in high school. And that is happening for a lot of kids right now. There's a lot of families being broken, generational trauma that we're trying to negate.
The Department of Homeland Security has not yet responded to our requests about Martin's case. His family says they hope to find a way to bring him home while supporting others with similar cases. New tonight, a local movie theater was evacuated earlier today due to a gas leak. Portland Fire and Rescue says it happened inside the Hollywood Theater around 2 this afternoon. An issue with one of the building's furnaces let gas flow into the building. The situation was resolved with the help of Northwest Natural about 30 minutes later. The theater said screenings continued as normal today. Today is Small Business Saturday. In Vancouver, people were out and about getting their holiday shopping done, and the city is lifting some roadblocks to try and make all of that a little bit easier. Construction has been underway to improve Main Street since January of this year, but it's on pause for now. Jake Holter brings us the story from downtown Vancouver.
Small businesses we spoke to say that the construction on Main Street has hurt their business this past year, but they say they are thankful for the support they've gotten from the community this Small Business Saturday.
The holiday season can either make or break your year.
It's been wonderful, and people are excited to come down here.
Molly McKenzie owns McKenzie's Treasures, an antique jewelry shop downtown. She says this Small Business Saturday, she had customers right when she opened, which was a welcome change after she says business has been slow this past year due to the Main Street construction.
It has affected our business a lot with people not being able to get through all the streets and finding places to park and such. And any time there's any traffic or any street closed off, it's not very inviting to people.
The city halted Main Street construction on Thanksgiving, and it will remain paused until New Year's Day.
Their ability to open it up for us and making it more walking friendly and car friendly through this holiday season is really important and a blessing in my opinion.
McKenzie says she's thrilled because the holiday season is when she and a lot of small businesses make their money.
There might be 2 months that I am not making the same amount as my winter months, and I have to then compensate it or dip into the business savings to pay for our retail spaces and everything like that.
Just down the road, Wild Fern Boutique owner Deanna Gaines says while the pause is helpful, this year will track behind years past.
Our holiday is just going to be scrunched into like a few weeks rather than a month and a half. The month and a half rush that we usually see.
Downtown Vancouver resident Laura Webster made it a point to shop around at small businesses Saturday to show her support for the community.
You know, the restaurants can't survive if there's not people down here doing anything, and so it just makes it much more lively and welcoming to even be in the area than if you're going to drive to Target and do everything there.
Jake Holter, KGW News.
From surging import costs to the shortage of affordable loans, small business owners in Washington are facing mounting pressure. Yvonne Rodriguez explains they're hunkering down while trying to remain optimistic.
Doug Scheffel's experience as a small business owner is similar to many others across the country this year.
In a small business world, everything is cash. It's everything you worry about. And I just see all the costs rising.
Scheffel is the co-owner of family-run ETM Manufacturing in Massachusetts. Back in April, he says he laid off about a quarter of his employees as the Trump administration's tariff rollout dented demand for the machine parts and sheet metal his company sells.
It just has become almost impossible to plan and be thoughtful about our workforce, be thoughtful about the how we pay those people, how we employ them.
Beyond the economic uncertainty small businesses are facing, Aaron Terrazas, an economist for Point, says another challenge is accessing financing.
Credit conditions, bank lending conditions for small businesses have tightened now for 13 consecutive quarters. I think that's probably going to continue.
The average rate on a new urban small business term loan was over 7% at the end of last year, according to the Kansas City Fed. But many small businesses face rates well north of 10%. All of that adds stress on businesses and its people.
If you're spending all your time worrying about how to get your payables in line, your cash in line, and you're taking out really expensive debt to cover those gaps, it's hard to think about growth because you just can't afford it.
Airports in Chicago have seen cancellations and delays as a major winter storm pummels the area. More than 1,300 flights were canceled at both O'Hare and Midway International airports due to the weather. So far, 2 flights from PDX to Chicago have been canceled, as well as 3 arriving flights. Focusing on PDX, the Port of Portland expects about 367,000 people to pass through the airport through the Thanksgiving holiday. That's an increase from last year's 350,000 travelers. The peak travel days are expected to be tomorrow and Monday. Check this out. Portland's famous outdoor sanctuary has lit up for the holidays. This is the opening weekend of the Festival of Lights at the Grotto. The Catholic sanctuary grounds are now adorned with millions of lights in various displays. There will also be a chapel choir performances, caroling, snacks and drinks for sale, and a puppet show for the kids.
But this is my first time coming here, and just it's beautiful, beautiful, perfect time, and no rain, so it's the best time to get out and enjoy it.
Bring your walking shoes. It's definitely a blessing.
The festival runs every night from 5 to 9:30 through December the 30th, with the exception of Christmas Day. You're also asked to bring a non-perishable food donation to support Snowcap, a local nonprofit providing food, clothing, and utility assistance. Coming up on the show, Pioneer Courthouse Square is officially ready for the holidays. From caroling to the big moment everyone was waiting for, we have highlights from last night's tree lighting. Plus, cruising for a good cause. See how Portland International Raceway has transformed into one of the region's largest holiday displays. Check this out. Portland's tree at Pioneer Courthouse Square is beautifully lit up and officially ready for the holidays. There it goes. Our Christine Pitawanich was there as the switch was flipped on Friday night.
You could feel it in the crisp air. The excitement, electric. And the music, well, as always, was magical thanks to Thomas Lauderdale, Pink Martini, and a number of local choirs who got everybody in the holiday spirit. This crowd filled Pioneer Courthouse Square. They were here for one reason.
Welcome again to the 41st annual tree lighting ceremony.
Then, the moment Santa stepped on stage, it was time. 3, 2, 1. The Portland tradition Friday night started with a Native American land blessing and opening ceremony.
A number of people took to the stage, including a representative from Stimson Lumber, which donated the tree, as well as the president of the Square's nonprofit volunteer board. City councilors made an appearance as well, as Mayor Keith Wilson encouraged the crowd to visit downtown for the holidays, touting big events and days with free parking.
Please join Portland as we repair, restore, and revitalize, and the 7,000 employees and our city councilor. We are indebted and grateful for you. Together, we're going to rebuild our city that we love so much.
All these people on the bricks in the city's living room, showing up for a Portland tradition and demonstrating the love people still have for their city. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.
Well, the tree is definitely beautiful this year. Well, it's your chance to hit the track at the Portland International Raceway and support a good cause at the same time. Friday was also the kickoff of the 33rd annual Safeway Winter Wonderland. Through New Year's Eve, the racetrack has been transformed into what's recognized as the largest drive-through holiday light show in the Pacific Northwest. The track features a variety of light displays with a new tunnel this year.
It's super unique the way we have 3 miles of course. It takes almost 35 minutes to get through the entire thing, and you don't even have to get out of your car. Everyone's in the Christmas spirit. They all want to get down here on Black Friday, kick off the Christmas season with us.
Tickets start at $49 per car. All proceeds benefit Sunshine Division, an organization providing Portlanders with food assistance. Well, in case you haven't heard, the KGW Great Toy Drive is here, and our toy box that you can see right there is filling up nicely, but we still need your help. Earlier today, we held a collection event at the Clackamas Promenade. Thanks to everyone who stopped by and donated or just hung out a little bit with us there. There will also be more events in the future. We've also made it super easy for you to give. If you want to make a cash donation online, we'll shop for you. Just go to kgw.com/toy and click Donate Cash. And it's also a great week to give. All this week, local Toyota dealers will double your donation for double the toys. Thank you all so much for your help. Joe, thank you for queuing up a wonderful weather day today.
I haven't had a chance to donate yet to the toy drive, but that's my donation today. Was that sunshine? Beautiful. I'll donate later. I'm joking with it, but yes, it was gorgeous out there. From basically, I think Wednesday and into yesterday, we saw well over a half of an inch of rain, close to an inch of rain really fell. The rest of November, John, is going to be dry as a bone. Downtown Portland, mostly cloudy skies with a temperature of 45 degrees at this hour. So there is a little trough out there just north of us that's going to be bringing in a little bit of some cloudy conditions tonight, but we'll have a ridge of high pressure develop for tomorrow. So that's going to basically end your forecast for November with a lot of sunshine. But with that sunshine, we'll have to get through the areas of frost, the foggy conditions. Temperatures overnight will be in the mid to the upper 30s. I'm expecting to see daytime highs right around the upper 40s to maybe 50 degrees for a daytime high tomorrow. As we go into Southwest Washington, Vancouver, from the Springs at the waterfront, temperature of 46 degrees with overcast skies. So as we put the future cast into motion, we can't rule out to see some passing showers from that, that upper level trough, but it's not going to be impacting us, and rainfall amounts aren't going to be moving through much. So as we go into tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, we're looking at nothing but sunshine through the coast, the valley, and even into the east side of the state. Although Central Oregon, this model is showing these clouds right here. You notice they haven't moved from 12:30 to about 5:30. That's going to be some areas of fog that develops, just kind of hangs over the Cascades. I think the foggy conditions will burn off a little bit quicker than that. And then we go into Monday after midnight, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, but dry. A little bit of those high clouds for the first day of December. That doesn't really roll off the tongue just yet. I'm not used to saying December, but going into Tuesday, a slight chance to see some light showers, but I think we'll see our strongest system of the week arrive by the later part of next week. By basically Friday, we'll start to see some heavier downpours move through. But we've been talking about all the different lights displays for Christmas out there. Well, here's a gorgeous one. This is from our Oregon Zoo camera there along Highway 26. Just a little bit cooler from downtown Portland to the higher elevations along the West Hills. Temperature of 43 degrees. Now, again, I was talking about the fog that's going to start to roll through. You're not going to have any issues right now, but you travel south of Eugene, it will be a little bit thicker and be, anywhere from a quarter to a half a mile down of visibility down in parts of southern Oregon at times. But again, we haven't seen any rainfall today, and that's going to be the case for tomorrow. Average rainfall close to 5.5 inches of rain, and we're sitting at basically 4.5 inches of rain. So we'll look at a deficit, but going into the next couple of days, we'll kind of see some kind of pleasant conditions for late November, early part of December with a lot more of that sunshine. Right now we're looking at temperatures in the mid 40s. At daytime highs were in the low 50s, so basically on average for this time of year. So the next 5 days looks like this. Temperatures in the upper 40s tomorrow, a little bit cooler from Monday and into the middle part of the week, but all in all, we're looking at some kind of quiet conditions as we head into the month of December. Looking into the forecast for tomorrow, though, again, we're going to be looking at some areas of frost and freezing temperatures on the east side of the state. But here locally, yeah, temperatures will be above freezing. Just expect to see those frosty mornings in the next couple of days, John, with daytime highs in the mid to the upper 40s.
All right, Joe, thank you. Still to come on the show, the Oregon Ducks have been on the path to the playoffs all season long, but could they be tricked up this week by their Pacific Northwest rivals from Seattle? Orlando's going to join us with those highlights next.
What is good, everyone? Rivalry week, regular season finale, and the playoffs on the line. The 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks with a lot to play for. We rolled to Seattle, meeting number 118 between the Ducks and Huskies. Oregon's last win at Husky Stadium, 2021. Defense, the name of the game. Ducks sacking Damon Williams Jr. twice in the first quarter, and Jaden Kennedy to the top floor. The senior hauling in the interception, keeping the Huskies out of the end zone. Second quarter, Oregon cashes out. Dante Moore with his first rushing touchdown of the season. The Ducks up by as much as 13. Just before the end of the half, and the Huskies strike back, making it a one-possession game. The Ducks relying on the leg of Atticus Sappington, the man out of Central Catholic High School. A perfect 4 for 4, including this, a career-high 51-yarder. But this game came down to the fourth quarter. Dante Moore to Malik Benson, all gas, no brakes. Certified backbreaker, 64-yard house call. Game over. Oregon defeats Washington 26-14. The Ducks close out the regular season 11-1, the 5th 11-win season in program history, securing back-to-back wins over the Huskies, clinching a spot in the college football playoff.
I told the players before the game, I said history's great, but what's more fun is writing history, right? We got to write some history today, which is awesome, and they showed up, man. Everybody had each other's back. Certainly this is a big game. It's a big rivalry, one of the best that I've been a part of, so it was fun to go out there and take care of business today. Our team's banged up. It'd be great for us to be able to get healthy. I think everybody at this point in the season is dealing with that. But there's only 12 teams in the nation that get to keep playing in the real one, and we get the opportunity to do that, so I'm excited about that.
Now it's the waiting game. Selection Sunday for the college football playoff, December 7th. The Ducks in a great spot to host a first-round game at Autzen Stadium. Oregon, though, will not get to defend its conference title. Ohio State beat Michigan 27-9, clinching a trip to the Big Ten championship game. The reigning national champs will face undefeated Indiana. The top 2 ranked teams in the country will go head-to-head next Saturday. A new era of Beaver football kicks off in 2026 under new head coach Jamarcus Shepard. Before we look ahead, it's time to close out 2025. Pre-game trash talk. The Beavers' regular season finale on the Palouse. Interim head coach Rob Akey trying to go 2 for 2 in this Pac-2 rivalry against Washington State. Freshman Tristan Tia making his first start, and it was a rough day. Throwing a couple of picks, the Cougs got to him. Sacked 6 times, and they locked up the Beavers' rushing attack. WSU was 5 for 6 in the red zone, and Washington State cruises to a 32-8 victory. The Cougs, they're going bowling, securing win number 6, while Oregon State ends the 2025 season with a 2-10 record. And some high school football for you. Oregon Class 4A championship belongs to the Cascade Cougars, running the table to a perfect season, shutting out Henley en route to the program's first title in a decade.
Congratulations to them, and it's hard to believe we're winding down the regular season in college football.
We've made it. Now it is on to the tournament. Looking forward to seeing how far this Oregon Ducks team can go.
Absolutely, and a little revenge maybe from what happened last year.
Let's see what happens, man.
Possibly. All right, one last quick check.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at some cold temperatures overnight, you guys. Areas of some frost and some fog, but a lot of sunshine to wrap up the last day of November.
All right, we'll see you tonight at 11.